Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we are going to learn what a car drive shaft is, what a CV axle is, and how a CV axle works. So without further delaying, let's start the video. So the contents of today's presentation would be like, first will be the introduction to the drive shaft. This is a car drive shaft. Arrangement of a car drive shaft in a vehicle. History of joints, driveshaft components, how a CV axle works, a bell joint assembly, a tulip assembly, and a tripod assembly with the pictorial representation and videos. So, a drive shaft. A drive shaft is a mechanical component for transmitting torque and rotation, usually used to connect other components of a drivetrain that can be connected directly because of the distance or the need to allow for the relative movement between them. So by saying this, let's look out through this picture. This is an engine and this is a gearbox. Generally, there are two drive shafts in a front wheel drive. So basically these drives connect through the differential, through the car tires, and this connects to the left side of the tire. So basically power from the powertrain transmits through the front wheels of the car, and the other wheels gets driven by the power of that. So this is the real life application, how a drive shaft is being installed in the car and how it looks like beneath the car. So now let's see the arrangement of a drive shaft in a car. So basically these are the components of the suspension system: a strut assembly, a spindle, a tie rod, control arm, a cross member. So similarly in front side there is an engine cradle, a ball joint, a knuckle arm, a McPherson strut, and now main components is the drive shaft, and this is the pictorial exploded view of a drive shaft connected to the disc of the tire. So now let's learn about some history of the universal joints. So Cardan joint was given by scientist Girolamo Cardano, a polymath of the 16th century, who contributed to the knowledge of various clever mechanisms, including gimbals. They are used to transmit motion, power, or both. So this application was used in Strasbourg cathedral clock in 1550s. So this was the first kind of universal joint which could move in X, Y, and Z directions. So now the other ones is the hook joints, was given by the Robert Hooke, a polymath of the 17th century, who contributed to the knowledge of various clever mechanisms again. So this was also known as commonly as a universal joint, and this its main application was first used in the automobile, where it is used to transmit power from the gearbox through the engine. So this is how a Hooke's joint looks like, a more compact of a Cardan joint. So now let's learn about the drive shaft components. A bell assembly, or known as outer joint, looks like this, an exploded view. A tulip assembly then looks like this. A tripod assembly is just part of the tulip assembly. A bar shaft connecting both the outer and inner CV joints. A bell assembly and a tulip assembly. It is also known as the interconnecting shaft. Then there are boots that covers the outer CV and inner CV joints, bell and tulip assembly, to provide it protection from dust and other particles from the atmosphere. Then there is damper used to control NVH in the drive shaft. Then there are the clamps mounted on the boots to keep the boots intact, and then there are the circlips that are used to connect the bar shaft through the outer and CV joints so that these don't come out itself. So let's see the CV axles in this picture. A complete assembly. This is the outer CV joint or a bell assembly. Then there is boot. These are the clamps mounting the boots. Then these are the balls which we'll see in the next further slides, an exploded view. Then again this is the tulip joint and the similar functions works there. So now let's learn how a CV axle works. A constant velocity joints allow the drive shaft to transmit power through a variable angle. I mean, at different angles, it can provide a constant rotational speed without considerable increase in the friction. So CV joints are also responsible for a smooth transfer of engine power regardless of the turning angle of the steering wheel. So the constant velocity joints are mainly used in the front wheel and for all the wheel drives of a car. And constant velocity joints, as explained in the previous slide, are covered by a rubber boot known as the CV gaiter. Each CV joint has the outer and inner CV joints. So this is the boot. So now through this animation, let's see how a CV axle works in the real life animation through this animated video. So this is a CV axle that is connected by this ball bearing joint and can move up to 50 degree of the angle without any considerable amount of the loss in the drive coming from the drivetrain, and it is covered by the boot which has the grease in it, so it gives the smooth uh, flow of movement at the maximum speed of 50 degrees. And these are also known as constant velocity because this maintains the constant velocity from the powertrain to the CV axle. Then these are connected to the tire side of the car, and these are therefore known as outer CV joints, and this part that will come, the tulip, is connected to the directly to the differential. It only provides the axial motion and a little bit of angle in the car, so it moves in and out, and the CV joint moves 360 degree. So a bell joint assembly's components are as follows: an outer race, which is this connecting to the tire side. Then inside it is a cage, an inner race, this part, and the bowls. This is a kind of ball bearing joint kind of assembly. Then this is a tulip assembly comprising of tulip connecting to the differential side. Then these are the tripod assembly then tripod assembly is further divided in this parts: a spider, a bowl case, a needle rollers, a retainer ring, and a ring. So I hope through this video I was able to make you understand what a CV axle is and how a CV axle works in a real life application of a car. For more such videos, keep visiting my channel. Thank you.